12 islands you didn't know existed. Number 12, Pico Island. Pico Island is located in the Azores of the Mid-Atlantic region. Remember when Columbus went on that somewhat well-known voyage to find a new trading route to India in 1492 and apparently discovered North America? Well, Pico Island was basically known back then as the last outpost before you fell off the edge of the world. I guess they were wrong. Thing is, though, Pico is still pretty much unknown. It's a beautiful island with landscape views consisting of lava and a vineyard, which produces wine like nowhere else on Earth. Number 11, Scrub Island. Scrub Island is part of the British Virgin Islands in the Caribbean. It is one of a group of islands in the area that are classified as young volcanic or coral islands. It has a beautiful resort that offers up rooms with a breathtaking ocean view. In 2013, the island filed for and went into bankruptcy protection in the United States. Who knew islands could do this? Yeah. After a bunch of financial blah 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 with banks and lenders and really boring and uninteresting stuff, the island was able to pull out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the fall of 2015. Yay, island! Number 10, Mustique. Mustique Island is a very small, privately owned island that is part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the Caribbean. This 5.7 square kilometer island is home to a population of about 500 residents. The owner, who lives on the island, rents out around 100 villas and one hotel named the Cotton House, which of course caters to tourists. But not just any tourists. Some big celebrities have vacationed on Mustique. Okay, this is time to name drop. Sir Paul McCartney, Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Philip, and the late Amy Winehouse and the recently passed David Bowie. David Bowie actually owned a villa on the island at one time. Number 9, Pitcairn Island. Pitcairn is actually made up of a group of 4 volcanic islands in the South Pacific. It is actually considered the last British overseas territory in the Pacific. Remember the 1984 movie The Bounty, which starred a very young Anthony Hopkins and even younger Mel Gibson? Well, as you know, the movie was loosely based on a true story of the HMS Bounty. I'm getting to the point, trust me. The residents who inhabit the Pitcairn Island are all descendants of the sailors who were the mutineers of the Bounty, and some Polynesians who were along for the ride as well. Number 8, North Sentinel Island. The North Sentinel Island is located in the Bay of Bengal in the Indian Ocean. This is widely considered one of the most inaccessible islands in the world. Why? Because the people of this island have resisted contact with the outside world for, now get this, 60,000 years. They have driven away governments, researchers, movie producers, and others with nasty-looking spears and bows and arrows. You know, it's like when we in the modern world post up a sign on our front door that says, "No solicitors," only they back it up with a bit of violence. Okay, that's not exactly true. They back it up with a whole lot of violence. Number 7, Lamu. Lamu Island is located off the coast of East Africa near Kenya. It is believed that Arab traders built a port on Lamu back in the 14th century. The island gained prosperity because of the slave trade, but the British put a stop to that when they forced the slave markets to close in 1873. You can find some of the most spectacular beaches in the world on Lamu Island. Unfortunately, some of those were damaged by the 2004 tsunami. It is not, however, a very popular tourist destination, thanks to some Somali pirate attacks and Al-Shabaab nonsense. Number 6, Utila. The smallest of the Honduras Bay Islands is Utila. Columbus mentions it in his ship's logbooks during his 4th voyage. The island is a very popular backpacker destination and a favorite of divers, which makes a lot of sense, since this tiny island has 12 dive centers. It has beautiful white beaches and the world's largest barrier reef outside of Australia. Oh yeah, and if that's not enough for you, you can swim with the whale sharks there as well, if you're into that sort of thing. You know the thing about the shark? He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eye. Sorry. Whale sharks are not really dangerous like the great white in Jaws, as they feed on plankton, not us. Number 5, Staniel Cay. The Staniel Cay Island is located about 250 miles southeast of Florida in the Bahamas, roughly 75 miles south of Nassau. And it's small, about 2.5 square miles. Have you ever seen the James Bond movie Thunderball from the 60s? Well, it starred Sean Connery as Bond, of course. Anyways, parts of the movie were filmed at Thunderball Grotto, a nearby hollowed-out island that has some pretty gnarly caves. That's for all you spelunkers out there. Number 4. Saba. Saba Island is part of the Dutch Caribbean. It is affectionately known as the unspoiled queen of the Caribbean. Oh, that's so sweet. It's home to roughly 2,000 folks who are from all over the world. Christopher Columbus apparently saw the island back in 1493, but chickened out on landing there because the rocks looked, too dangerous. No big beaches or touristy resorts on Saba, but you will find an active volcano. Sweet. Number 3. Gavdos. Gavdos is the southernmost of the Greek islands. There's less than 50 people that actually live on the island. How about this for you outdoorsy types? Free camping! And for you types that love bearing it all without fear of judgment or incarceration, extremely lax nudity laws. Gavdos is a favorite of backpackers as well as those who love to get naked. Did I mention their nudity laws are pretty non-existent? Well, you can't mention it enough. And you need to take a special ferry boat to get there. Number 2. Fernando de Noronha. The Fernando de Noronha is actually made up of a group of 21 small islands in the Atlantic Ocean about 220 miles off the coast of Brazil. It is said that the very best beach in the world can be found in these islands. Brazilians know their beaches, and soccer, and festivals, and waxes, so I'll take their word on that. Only 420 tourists are allowed on the islands at any given time, and it's also very, very pricey to go there. Number 1. Palmyra Atoll. The Palmyra Atoll is located in the Pacific Ocean almost due south of the Hawaiian Islands. Atoll means a ring-shaped island chain. This chain is classified as unoccupied and is recognized as an unorganized incorporated territory by the U.S. government. Although it is considered unoccupied, there are 420 people who populate these islands. They are referred to as non-occupants. They are staff and scientists that work for different departments of the U.S. government and for the Nature Conservancy. Now, let all the conspiracy nuts, theorists go crazy. No, I don't mean crazy as in saying, forget it.